Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday, June 6th, 2023, 3:17 a.m. I've been up for about an hour now, and you know how over the past couple months I said intermittently how it almost feels sometimes like my whole life is flashing before my eyes, which is kind of daunting or interesting when you think of how it's so cliche how they say, like, when it's time, you see your life flash before your eyes. But realistically speaking, I think it's because I just watched a movie. Do I have time to watch a movie? No, not really, but it's 3 o'clock in the morning, right? The movie is called Hours, Hours, and it stars Paul Walker, the guy that played in Fast and Furious. It's a really good and interesting movie, but I think that's the cause of my life flashing before my eyes. Um, Lots of different thoughts came to mind, particularly growing up poor and not realizing how poor you really were until I'm an adult and I'm even poorer or just as poor as an adult. So every struggle that my parents have, except my mom had even more because she didn't speak English, they had even more. They had, you know, kind of a heartbreak included in that. Um, but life seems so weird to me. I'll tell you about all the memories that just flashed before my eyes. First thing, the movie Hospital is set in I mean, not hospital, Hours, starring Paul Walker, is set in a hospital setting. And it um, is a thriller or tragedy movie based on Katrina. It's really interesting. Don't let that put you off. But um, one scene, there was a little black girl, and there was a nurse holding the baby, holding her, right? And what the memory that it made flash across the screen of my mind was when we were little, and shortly after we moved to the States, my sister got the whooping cough, and she was in the hospital. And at the time, it was thought to be highly contagious, so we couldn't, go in and hold her or touch her or anything like that. We had to come and say hi to her while she was behind a glass door, and there was some nurse holding her so she could wave at my mom and dad. And it broke my heart because it really it really made me miss my sister. It made me miss her a lot. Yep, I miss her. I miss that little girl. I miss my little sister. I miss her so much. And this is the first time that I've felt this way. But that scene in that movie reminded me of when we first came to the States and my sister caught the whooping cough. And then the second thing, I remember all the turmoil my mom went through after my parents got divorced. My mom was back and forth at the hospital with my brother because he had a tumor in his eye. And my mom was going through the divorce thing. And it made me, I don't know, like I said, what the situation is with me, why I was really disowned, except for, embarrassment, but why? But I think about, my dad, and I think about how, you know, he wasn't really there through all of that. But then I think about me, for the past 20 years or so or more. I wasn't there, but it wasn't because I didn't want to be there or because I didn't think about my mom every day. It was because I was trying to be successful so I can come back and help my mom be better, but it didn't work. And so maybe that's part of the reason I got disowned. Just like when my dad, she went through the whole thing with my brother. Who knows what my mom went through, because my sister, my brother, my nieces, my nephews, some of them I don't even know, you know. And it breaks my heart, you know. But I guess, there's nothing. The old saying is you can't cry over spilled milk, there's nothing I can really do. And it feels awful because it's almost like, my dream for when my mom got older was to see her off and, do everything I could for her. And even though I went through all that stuff, I thought like, well, I'm back just in time, just in time before she got too old. And the sad part of it is that it won't be me seeing my mom off. It's like I'm just waiting for her to pass. I don't want her to pass, but that's what it feels like because that's the only, I don't have any other life updates or anything. And then the other memory that flashed before my eyes, and I don't know why I thought about this, but I thought about us eating rice with mayonnaise with Miracle Whip, and I was like, damn, we must have really, really, really been poor, you know. Then flashbacks to, when we lived on Powhatan Parkway and how my mom cooked this big, like the mustard yellow Tupperware bowls of fried chicken and put it in the oven for my dad when he got off work. And she went to open it when my dad got off work and rats jumped out. And then I think about my mom cutting the grass with the lawnmower. And I think from time to time, my dad may have tried her, but, and when I say that, like, taking her kindness for weakness. And then I think about me and how kind I can be sometimes, and I get taken advantage of. And then I think about my dad. Woo, goodness. But I don't know. I just think about all that stuff. But that rice and mayonnaise, Miracle Whip thing, I'm like, who eats that? But when you're little, you don't understand it. And then I'm thinking about the stuff that I put together, you know. And then especially being from another country and not even knowing, what people eat here, really. But I don't know. And I think about when my mom and dad were together, but employment it affects everything. When my dad was still in the military, they had each other. It was good. But then after that, they didn't even have that. But I don't know. And then I think about how much I don't know my sister, you know, how much I don't. And I think about how my sister said my mom was talking junk about before I came in. And this is long before all the legal stuff. This is when I left college. And then my mom was saying, Morty, Angie really no liking you, no liking you. And I'm just like, I can't believe my mom is saying that to me because she didn't raise us that way. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know my family at all. I guess especially now. And I remember my sister living with my mom and having, guys come over and knock on the door late at night. My mom told my sister not to do that, and she did anyway. And I told my sister, don't do that. Mommy said, don't do that. She threw a table at me. That's not funny. That's kind of sad and scary. And I don't know where she got that from. And then I think about how, it was rumored because I was looking sad that I would use drugs or whatever. I never used drugs in my life. And I'm about to say something controversial. I never used drugs. I never was a prostitute or anything like that. Um, I did go to a strip club one time, and um, and I didn't know until I started watching these different things on YouTube. But if you go to a strip club and you don't, they start you off in the day for like 30 days because they don't have anybody there. You kind of teach yourself. But it was awful. I was there for one day and I was just like, what the hell? You had some old guy. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was depressing. And the owner was just like, I could tell you really take care of yourself. Because I always wanted to do that one time. That made my mom real mad. I didn't tell her that, but I always told her that I wanted to, and if just one time. But I don't know. And then I think about my ex, and I think about, and this is like the official ex, not the exes that were planted by the system. They were people that were actually planted in my life, but and it was quite obvious after a while. But I don't know. But out of all realness, wherever, if there's if anybody's happy, that I've ever come in contact with, I'm happy for them. For some reason, I don't sense that my mom or my sister or any of them are really happy. But if they get moments of happiness, I'm happy for them. You know. And I pray for my niece. I'm not going to say her name because she probably has an innocent spirit like I do. And I hope people don't take advantage of her. And the thing about being, and she's not like really mixed, but she is because she looks like me. But I pray that she understands the dynamics of how black people treat mixed people or people that look mixed or people that are different. I hope she understands that dynamic. And I hope my sister, but the way the world is, they don't allow you to teach your kids certain things. I wanted to have hope my sister teaches her that. But certain things you can't just tell kids because if it gets back, then you're the wrong one for telling them. But I guess everybody will be okay. And then I still, like I said, I still think about my ex. I hope he's doing good. Like, I mean, that's to me, that's the last hope. Like, I'm sure he is, but I really hope he is. Like I hope that, the marriage is going really good, and I hope they have beautiful, smart, intelligent kids, and all relationships are gonna have problems. So if one person's stepping out on the other, I'm sure they're strong enough to handle it. But I just hope anybody just to be close to happiness. I hope and wish that true happiness, not manipulative happiness or feigned happiness, but I want people to really be happy because that's, after all, that's really all I wanted out of my life was to be happy and successful. And successful to me seemed like such a simple thing. I did everything I was supposed to do. But then you realize that, people, their success is based on manipulation. And that's not me. Mine should be so basic and so easy. And if I can get through this, like I said, I need to at least make my voice heard on this one employment thing. At least one, because I haven't really had a chance to voice myself on anything. In the legal thing, I was told not to speak. Even though I wrote, they disregarded. So I have to. And then I feel like a slave. Like this is poverty enslavement because here I am addressing this thing. But what if I just did everything opposite of what I used to do? Like, but I can't. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I mean, like I said, I could be intentionally. I don't know, but I guess I just wait on God, or I'll do what I'm doing and wait on God. But I feel like such a slave. It's like I'm still working on that stuff, by the way. So, and it's coming to an end, and I got over that hard part. Or I'm getting through it, and it's looking good again, once again. And once I cross this hurdle, I'll be closer to the end. But, will it get heard? Will I be able to take it to court? Would I want to take it to court? And if I do take it to court, then do I have to really? I mean, I still have to work in the meantime, but at least I got my voice out on this and I got practice in speaking up and fighting things. Because I haven't been. I've never been a fighter. I always walk away. But then in this life, like I said, in this society, you have to be employed, or somehow make money. And there's some people that do less than I do, and 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 have far less than I do, and produce far less than I do, on an independent basis, and they're doing good. You know, I don't know, but I guess whatever God has for me is for me. So, but anyhow, just some lamentations. I don't know if it's really lamentations, but I did see my life kind of flash before my eyes. And not like when I watch movies, I hear them say it and then they describe it as it being really fast, like a slideshow. But for me, it was like a slideshow, but it wasn't every single incident. It was main points, like three or four. And I'm not, my health is not bad enough that I know of where, you know, it's my last days and I'm not, you know, in any way mentally or otherwise where I would want it to be my last day. So I don't know why I'm seeing these things like that, you know? I don't know. Maybe my subconscious knows something that I don't, you know? I have no idea what's going on, but I'm just gonna lay low and, you know, go with my instinct. What my instinct says do, I'll do. My instinct tells me to work on this stuff, you know, do it slowly, surely. But my knowledge also says that I still have responsibilities that I need to take care of. So I need to get back because my body is begging for me to, like, really begging for me to exercise. But it's like my mind wants, and spirit, a version of my spirit wants me to continue on with this employment thing. So I got to get it done. But it's like the more days that I go without exercising, the poorer, you know, it, it doesn't look good. So. Yeah. But I'm going to go. If anybody has any input, I'm open to it. It doesn't have to be nice. It can be, you know, controversial, whatever. I just want some feedback, you know, because I feel like I'm in a vacuum. And damn, I didn't want that to go away, but it did. I'm not really, not actively chatting, but I have a chat app open and it times out after a certain period of time. And which is unfortunate because I just want it in the background for whenever I feel like it. But if you're like on a timer, then you got to keep checking on it. But anyhow, so things I love about me, I'm looking in the mirror and of course I'm au naturel as usual, and I'm loving what I see. I just like I said, I know my body because I'm not exercising. And I've been eating pretty good yesterday. but um I'm okay, and I braided my hair up because it's really thick right now, which I love it being thick like this. And yeah, still have the issue with the bugs, but it's okay. And you know what's scary about the bugs? That palmetto bug that I killed. And I'm so scared of my killing, but I won't go back. You know how people pick them up and throw them in the garbage? I won't. I'll just let it sit there and stay away from it. The other bugs that are in here ate that damn thing alive, and the thing is huge. It's scary. But anyhow, I don't know. I feel like it's something weird with my life, but maybe it's not because other people have bugs too. So, and people that are living, what most people would be considered to be well. A nice place that costs lots of money, in nice neighborhoods, or they have lots of money so they can afford, things that I can't. And I don't understand why. But if you got bugs, like I talked about Chia and Tim, if you got a bug like that, because like I said, I know it scared the hell out of them. I would have just moved for real. But I guess they probably own their home or where they live, and so it's not that easy to just pick up and go. But that was why that's why hypothetically my life should be so easy because I planned it this way. I planned it so that I'm slightly transient. You know what I'm saying? That I should be able to pick up and go, but all of that depends on finances. And who would think that a single, almost 50-year-old woman with no diseases, you know, fairly healthy outside of being fat and then a little bit of mental health because, the stresses of life and, kind of teaching yourself to walk through it. I mean, but, fairly healthy, no vices, no drugs, no alcohol, no sex or anything like that. No spiritual ties where I'm not lonely. I do want support and encouragement, but I'm not lonely. So I'm not like desperate, where if somebody sends me a DM and be like, hey, I'm in Georgia too. That turns me off immediately because it says, hey, I think you're an easy target and you're desperate. I'm not. I'm really not. And I still have the wherewithal if somebody makes some blanket statement about me, whether it's good or bad, to have sense enough to know it's not true. Oh, you're going to fit in. You're going to fit in real good, right? Right? Don't make me into a liar. The answer to that, or telling other people that even though I didn't come out of my mouth, if I stood there and let you say it, then it's like it's it's me demonstrating that I have that expectation of that or that I am that, but it's not true. The only thing I can be is what I am. And I want people to appreciate me for who I am, what I am, and love me for that. I love being a natural human. Speaking of which, July 1st is coming soon, y'all. Check the Federal Reserve website. I'm telling you, I'm for real. So I don't know. I mean, and I think God has given me, or the spirit of the universe has given me some wisdom too, because as y'all see, I'm open. way too open. And it's by the grace of God that I'm still standing and still around. You see the crazy people that approach me and the weird things that happen. And I don't think there's necessarily people. Like the last time I went out, and like I said, I was like, why are all these people speaking to me? So weird. Sometimes I think it's just a spirit that's transferring from one to the other because it doesn't usually happen that way. The same spirit, just in different forms. You call it what you want to call it. But if y'all seen that movie Fallen, okay? But I don't know. To a certain extent, I feel like I'm protected. Like because, like I said, God let me know what, or the universe, whatever you want to call it, the sentient creature or being or all knowing, whatever. But it's like God works with me in a way that I think I'm protected because it's like certain things God won't let me know, and it's like, and I'm okay with it because I know that that information is not being open to me because I'm too open and I will share it. And, God doesn't want me to want to be shared. So I don't know. Like right now, I don't know what my next move is. I'm just going specifically only by my instinct. And that's weird because, like I said, I'm a type of person that tracks everything, like literally tracks everything every 5 minutes. I have diaries, journals, task managers, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Presentations. So everything is always tracked. And so I guess God is just like, well, you're not going to track this, my darling. This, like, and it's weird because I came across a CD a long time ago. Gil Scott, about 10, 15 years ago, going through the legal process. Library was my shopping, and shopping is therapeutic, you know, and shopping isn't the same for everyone, just like gaming isn't the same for everyone. Shopping from some people are buying $1,000 bags. I think that's absolutely stupid and insane. But shopping for me could just be me going to the, I don't even have a library card anymore, but going to the library and getting free library books, you know? But anyhow, I'm putting love into myself, which is the equivalent of me putting love into the universe. I'm out for now. Bye.